Hello everyone, and we're doing one more part for today to figure out what the hell is up with the murderer's plan with the the rubber gloves.
Gloves. Yes.
Yeah, I can't
Present.
talk today. Present.
The thing is, um, the rubber gloves. Murder was planned. Could she actually have planned the murder?
Did she plan the murder? Well, I don't think she'd be the murderer because we're defending her, and I assume that, then why would she be wearing the gloves?
Because in our case, we already knew the body was dead.
Yeah.
So she put on the gloves probably.
Oh, right.
But how did she? That thing.
That thing. Clearly it's relevant. Parking stub.
Was there any reason? I don't even know. I mean, I have my totally logical reason for why this doesn't make sense, but they don't want that logical reason.
Yeah, I know. Detective Bruce Goodman. I know, you make your whole stupid statement on the thing, and it's not helpful at all. Wait, is there anything on the back of it? Apparently nothing we can use. Okay. Prosecutor trophy. Oh. So she's plans? I don't know why this would prove anything. This
It
wrist
proves
strap,
everything.
Yeah, this wrist strap proves everything. It's a pink princess strap. Open the phone. Redial activate.
Totally.
Please prove everything. Redial button. Okay. So I'm really not getting it. Also, blood from chest wound. Single stab was found.
We need a knife. Would have a lot of them.
Yeah,
Knife would
actually,
have a lot more blood on
that's
it.
what I was going to say. Actually, that's something they seem to be building up towards. So let's go ahead and give that a try because yeah, the knife should. If he died of a loss of blood, the knife would have more blood on it, and heck, maybe even her coat would have, you know, like, yeah. Oh.
I think the game just didn't want to make the knife a giant mess of blood.
Yeah, maybe. Let's check though. Objection!
Not even sure what you're reading.
No, you're right. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunch. What does that have to do anyways? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it was my knife.
what's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? Defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district. Mommy, your prosecutors bad people.
Yes.
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Oh! Once again, we kind of bounced into a lucky thing. I get the thing, though. I get why this is brought up. It's Edgeworth's knife. But if it was planned, would she just grab
I thought
his
she
knife?
planned to frame him.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
too
that's
smart for
actually-
these fuckers.
I know. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon.
But she did, kind of.
Yeah. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
Unless you are my fae. Or Butts. Larry Butts.
Yep. Larry Butts doesn't need the weapon, he just forges it.
Yeah.
Order, order, order! Great, now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. White. My sister is as good as free. Ooh. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
Well, what?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove, nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If she wasn't, why should she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear her testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you saw. Because you don't think, you stupid lunch bitch.
Yep. How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
What?
You stabbed him once, you stupid bitch. It's not even hard. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound like a premeditation, doesn't it?
So if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? No, she makes like the best point ever.
Yeah, I know she does. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine the witness.
Yes, we're going to pre-cross-examine the bitch.
We already saw the mistake.
Yeah, so should we just go right for it?
Yeah, I don't want to hear this bitch.
Okay. Fine, we'll just, you know.
Next one.
Alright. Press, oops. A human machine? That's a contradiction.
Objection. Please. Can't you fight for it with something of substance, Mr. White? Note to self, Mr. Edwards, I smell like citrus fruits.
What? Okay, then.
She has very good nose.
She does. Say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that? This is a murder case, people.
Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know.
Miss Stars turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off.
The short wig burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Wait, is the wax at all relevant?
I don't think so, no.
Phoenix Wright, not really good guy for making candles.
So let's see.
Stab.
He
What stab
died
for is the stuff you put
one
in?
knife wound. Okay.
Yes.
Objection! You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you! With my surprise!
Oh my god, she plays a trap card.
Yep. Just like, yep.
I'm afraid the moss is going under our feet as we wait, Mr.
Well, what do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but look, take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth!
The fuck is that? What a hunk! He's my hero, really. Oh, I can stab you too.
What about my objection? No one noticed? Yeah. Well, witness? You got the crime scene. Wow. Got the crime scene set, right? Look at that. Fucking looks like she murdered that rice.
She did.
Oh my god. Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one would ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw. Then tell us what you saw that you thought you saw. What? Fuck. Testify! Yeah, cause seeing a little blood would clearly make you think that she stabbed the witness several times when you were 30 feet away, but anyways.
Krass. Actually weird is that this time she didn't do the whole testimony.
Yeah. Red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly this scene was. Hold it! Her red muffler? Yes, like my scarf, the chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, so she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. He's right. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. Indeed. That'd be really weird. Just who would mistake his beard for a bib?
Well, we believe that the beard eats people, so.
True. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound.
Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure on her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance.
Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be oh, yeah. Already know about the fire thing.
Go get a picture.
Oh, the picture, yeah. Check. You're right, she's not even wearing a scarf.
See, I'm awesome.
Yes, indeed you are. Mr.
Present,
Bear.
but say first, just in case the game is really weird.
Right.
You don't need to pause.
Okay, so. Now.
Present.
Objection! Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
Objection. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you have proved it yourself. With this photograph, man, Edgeworth is just kicking your ass.
Edgeworth is just stealing our thunder. She's like, that can't be.
Only two professionals could be so clueless. I'm sure you would make a good lunch lady, have no fear.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
Bitch slap you. What was my objection? Chopped liver?
Yes.
But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really.
Right now, where are we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, now back to business.
What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part? He wasn't saying that.
No. Why could you read our minds? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony just might be the moment of truth.
I already broke your testimony like a month ago.
Yeah, I know. The thing with this is the thing of all of them. Like, shouldn't the judge be yelling at the witness a little more? Cause fucking, like, clearly she is not a very, reliable witness, yeah. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
Wait, she just, like, I have a muffler that's red.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, by the way, I lost my muffler this morning when I was, eating breakfast, and it kind of exploded. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra.
Aren't
That's
those both
me,
snakes?
Angel Star.
Aren't those both snakes?
Yes, they are. Cobra
Isn't a cobra
a snake.
So...
Yep.
Okay.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Phoenix Wright, get the fuck out of my room.
Don't bother me unless it's with... Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks.
Note to self, Attorney Wright gets bitten by snake.
What?
Solid snake.
Yep. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh snap! We got another thing. The oil drum is full of water. So we got another contradiction that probably won't lead us.
She just said it wasn't oil drum. She didn't say it was full of oil.
Well, true, but I bet that's relevant. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
What? Did you just do her?
Apparently so. Apparently she raped the witness. Whatever. Yeah. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Pending the suspect. Maybe that's why she's so confused.
But actually, what I already figured out is how the fuck did she apprehend her? There was like a fence beside them.
Yeah, you're right. There's a fence, which I don't think you can get past because it's up to the ceiling, if I remember right. So it's not like you can just climb it.
Yeah.
Hold it! So where's this partition? And I mean, people in this universe can't even fucking climb over a giant head of a monkey that fell.
Yeah. They can't even like do 2 steps to the side.
Yeah. So where's this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There's a wall there, about 6 feet high. Was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
Hold it! You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Press her. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The coif-up queen, lunch lady, athlete indeed.
I'm sorry, but like, even if you didn't point this out, like someone would point out that the fence is infinite high.
Yeah, I know.
It would have taken us a little time to climb over the fence. She couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Now let's see what it pans over. Okay, actually I was wrong. It's not infinite high, but it's still like it doesn't.
You wouldn't fucking be able to do that.
Climb it?
Not in time for someone. Like if someone else was running away.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, you could climb it, but even if you're athletic, which I don't even, like, she hasn't been a detective in a while, so I don't even know if she is, but, you know, even if you're really athletic, yeah, you're not going to be able to climb that, like, instantly, and this garage has plenty of exits to, you know, try to escape from. Yeah, the fence was about 9 feet high, too. How come Miss Sky didn't get away? And she mentions the muffler. Something me confused with my earlier testimony. So is there any evidence relevant to this? We can be like, no, you're stupid. Parking lot plans. Should we try presenting this?
Not sure what you want.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was gonna say. I'm like, what would be exactly relevant on that? I guess we should just press more for now and see if there's anything else to poke at. But certainly this is something.
Hey, actually, you missed the muffler one. This one is very important. Press it.
Hold it! You're right, sorry. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? Remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her was say the word muffler. Just that one word?
So, what you heard wasn't a suspect talking to you, but to someone else.
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? You mean this cell phone? Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately.
My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? Oh, that's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. And she used her cell phone? Indeed.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie detective attorney. Defense. The cell phone was updated in the court record. Hold it! Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. Only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she panicked. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time you climbed over the chain link fence. Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Let's see. Well, clearly...
But she couldn't have seen it through the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
How is this safe first?
Yeah, I know, just in case. But I'm just checking to make sure, yeah, it shows the wall on the map. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Objection! I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Lana Skye.
Objection. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought that you would be my knight in my shining armor? In my shining armor. You would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor. You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it up! All of it! Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of the partition. If it indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
Objection. That is quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lies this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong.
What she saw.
Yeah. She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Skye using that emergency phone. It does seem hard to imagine how she could have, very logically. What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox?
Mr. White, I hate to bother you while you are celebrating your victory. But why would Miss Starr lie like that?
Huh?
Why would she say that my sister tried to use the phone but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant?
Oh, dang, she's right.
I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see a room for doubt here.
You ordered the patooey on rice, right? And Mr. Wright, I thought you had something. God damn it.
I thought we were talking about the whole fucking case because I thought that she did see the room established.
Yeah, she did lie about that, but, you know, fine. Okay. Okay, we're back. So, I'm thinking where she saw it? Or, no, the order of events. Yeah, it would have to be the order of events, because from the picture, we can already guess that she saw it through the chain link fence, like, you know.
Sure, let's do the order of events. I mean, I don't know. I still hold the fact that I could have broken this case a lot easier.
Yeah, I know, seriously. You could have. She lied about the order of events. Miss Sky used that emergency phone before the murder. I see. I hadn't thought of that.
Best logic.
I took the wind out of her sails.
Mr. White, I had to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but yeah. Well, anyone using emergency phone.
Before the murder. Huh?
Just when you think he can't sink any lower, he raises us. I applaud you, Mr. White.
Okay, I guess that was kind of silly. You ordered the orange peel lunchbox, right?
Get excited before that.
Yes, that teaches me to not get excited before the evidence. Well, we're back, and I guess I'm done being stupid.
There she saw it.
There she saw it. She tried to use the emergency phone, but was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. It would be pointless for her to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. Lewis did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. In other words, Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection. A different location? No, that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Objection!
Shut up.
Or you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
What? He just implied that he's lying.
I know he did. Let me ask a question to your clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All of the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. Does it? Well, I'm guessing she witnessed it from the security room.
But then how would she see the fence?
Fence. She could... Well, actually, more my issue with her witnessing it from the security room is how would she get down there in time to apprehend the witness, because... Well, actually, I guess from the security room you'd have to be able to do that. But I'm pretty sure it's high up enough that you can see over this stupid little wall thing here and see the fence.
But how could she take the pictures through the fence?
That's a good question, but there's no other...
Where does the arrow go?
That's really...
What does the arrow down there do?
The arrow, it shows where you, leave.
No, I mean the arrow. Arrow on the bottom of the map.
Oh, okay. No, it's actually... It's funny, the arrow was glitching out, because it takes me over here.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay, well, I can, save first. That's the only logical place I can think of, because otherwise she would have witnessed it from this side. And even if she was standing all the way over here, I don't think line of sight would be very direct to actually seeing.
Yeah. Wait safe and then go to you.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only relevant place. Okay, so...
She was the
take that!
She was in the trunk.
Yep, this is the only place that she could have been. Security guard room.
Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. Actually, no, because it's like in front of a fucking wall.
Yeah, it is.
I spit on the second level so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are so many other places where she could have seen the phone.
But not the phone in the murder.
Yeah, not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in Block A. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. If I remember in your testimony, you said You brought a lunchbox to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr.
But I'm still confused by the logic of all this.
Yeah, I am a little confused myself. Order! Order, witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Mr. lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
He could have just said she saw the crime from a security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It wasn't the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth is standing. The truth stands, whatever.
Objection! It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us, what was her reason, Mr. Wright? Huh? Me? Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from Block B. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change?
Difference in lightning. I even do that one.
Okay. A difference in lighting. Lighting? What does that mean? Well, it means, see, the security guard station is on the 2nd level, so, she would have seen the crime in better lighting conditions. This is important. Why? Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright.
Angle of view.
Yeah. I think the reason's relevant.
She couldn't have seen the murder really well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's possibly it. I was thinking that, she couldn't see Mr. Edgeworth's trunk, is the thing. Like, his, you know, his car's trunk.
At least she couldn't see his junk.
I
Show him your junk, warrior.
Why the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, security guard station is on the 2nd floor, and, she would have sort of more 3D view of the crime. And this, oh, I guess we're kind of off again? No, okay. I'm really enjoying this game, but at this point, it really feels like, adventure game logic. I guess the whole game's had that, where it's had that, you know...
Maybe that's why this is an extra case.
Yeah, maybe so, because it feels even more so, where all of it feels like adventure game logic, where, like, you know, which is what the biggest issue with the 3rd case, but an even bigger seems to be an issue with this case so far, which is just like, hey, you know, it's what the person who made the game thought of, it's not, you know...
Okay, well, the 3rd case made no sense, though.
Yeah, that's true. The 3rd case was the issue, it was really, actually it was worse than this, yeah, with the adventure game type logic of, you can only do what the person thought of, not, you know, yeah. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection. My condolence, Mr. White. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. I think a more problem is here is that it keeps expecting you to point out the wrong thing, and then Edge was helping you along, kind of. But it's like, but I'm pointing out the bad evidence that it is.
Yeah, I know.
The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection! What she saw is not the question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, you. Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. So he wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station.
I don't imagine that she just jumps through the fucking window like, yay!
And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene, but the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Wow.
That's why I had to go through the visitors parking B block. That's quite a detour. And this part's gonna run long again. Sorry, everyone. Probably took me at least 5 minutes to get there to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? That's over 9,000, even though it's not even sort of. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. Actually, I hate sporks and they're crap. But anyways. I don't know.
What is a spork?
It's a combination of a spoon and a fork, but it's only really good as a spoon because it's fucking useless as a fork because the points are so small.
So, just use a fork.
Yeah, exactly. Just use a fork or a spoon. I've never found a use for a spork ever that I couldn't use a spoon or a fork. And whenever they give me a spork for lunch at school, I was like, I fucking hate.
Stab out their eyes.
Spork
out their eyes.
I'm gonna spork out your eye, bitch. No, I didn't obviously do that, but yeah. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do I have any evidence to stop this?
It's an objection, because I have nothing vertical.
Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente.
No, I don't think you could, unless you already have water boiling.
Yeah. I've got lunch boxes that tie pastas into knots, rookie.
What?
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
It's a judge kid.
The judge is the origami killer.
Wait, it makes sense. His beard.
Yeah.
It's killer man the beard.
Yep, it is indeed. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had a picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yarg! Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. She has a grudge against the defendant. There is a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it, we screwed that cunt. Okay, I read that as cunt. I'm like, what? We screwed that cat shut.
We didn't indeed screw that cunt shut.
I'm like, man, good.
Yeah. But that was too close. I'm afraid the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
We win.
Hold
Hold
it!
it.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer not to take the fence team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Was this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask you, Miss Starr. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Oh, Judge, I fucking hate you. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Okay, well, I guess...
The end of part here,
yeah, it's been a really long part already. So... I hate this bitch. I'm gonna triple deck her in the face.
Well, these pieces of gunshot.
Yep, we sure did. So thank you for watching, everybody, and don't be this bitch.
Yeah, take care.